welcome Honorable Consul General Sir and give the floor to him and request him to inaugurate the session today. Sir, please.
Yeah, namaskar and good evening, everybody. And Bala, thank you again for hosting this Wednesday dialogue series again. And today we have Mr. Akash Nair. Thank you very much for agreeing to be a part of this Wednesday dialogue series and for being the person in the spotlight today. So we greatly look forward to interacting with you. I'm sure we will all learn and benefit from what you have learned and your wisdom on yoga, especially. So I just a few words. I just wanted to say, like Bala has said, this month especially is the month when we celebrate International Day of Yoga, and the consulate has a series of programs lined up. In fact, we have, I think, more than 10 events which would be part of celebration of the International Day of Yoga in basically 4 cities. That is in Hamburg, of course, in Hanover, in Bremen, and also in Oldenburg. So please, I would ask all of you to keep up with our social media pages. We will be putting up all the details of the programs on our social media. And in the consulate, we'll be celebrating the International Day of Yoga on the 21st of June, that is Monday. But unfortunately, because of the current restrictions, we have limited it to only the officials of the consulate. I wish we had been able to, accommodate more people, and we could have had a physical yoga day celebration. But unfortunately, because of the circumstances, we are not able to do that. Let's look forward to having a big one next year. But we are glad that many associations and other organizations in other cities are also organizing a lot of series of programs. I don't know if anybody is here from Bremen. We have some programs on the 20th on Sunday, and I personally look forward to being there physically. It would be, a first time for me to go out and meet the community basically after all this lockdown. So I look forward to meeting you in Bremen if anybody is here from Bremen. So with those, again, I would like to thank Bala and also Mr. Akash Nair for being here today, this evening, and I look forward to an interesting and educative interaction today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Namaskar, Parminder Bhai also. I just saw you have joined. Thank you very much, especially for promoting the event in social media and Facebook and emails and other things. Thank you very much for that. So those who are new to the program and those who are already have been part of this program every time, you know that this is an interactive event. It's not a monologue, and we very much request your interaction with the expert, with the guest, with the personality of the month. And there are many ways you can do that. Either you can speak something on a personal note based on your closeness to Akash Nair as a friend or as a family, or basically you are a student of Akash, and so you would like to also describe that how it was to be part of that yoga teaching, yoga learning from Akash courses, or you want to ask some specific questions on yoga or something that you would like to know from Akash today based on some of the things we are going to discuss about. So this way, there are many ways you can interact, and I strongly encourage and motivate you to do so. And that's exactly that makes the event interesting. And we don't want to speak between me and Akash. We both know for many decades. And so I don't want to here speak all those things. If we want to speak, we can always speak outside the program. But this program is more about also knowing Akash to more outside the world, and also you asking intriguing questions. Maybe you are undergoing go yoga courses, or you've heard something, you want to know whether it is true or not, whether it is something that was effective, whatever it is. So I please do that, and we will have blocks where we would open up for those questions. Then you can do that to make it little bit easier for also to see who is raising the hands. You all know in Zoom there is a function you can raise your hands. So please use that symbol. So that makes it easier for me to see who is actually using the symbol, and then I could call upon that person. And if possible, the person can open up the camera so that it's much more easier to also see, and it makes it better if you wish so, and that is best. Okay, let's go into the program today. And Akash, thank you very much for being in the program today. As Consul General Sir, I just wanted to also welcome you. Let me start with a very, very simple question. From what age you are doing yoga, and why you started doing yoga?
First, hello to everyone, namaste. I'm doing yoga since I'm kid, like I was 7 or something. And I come from a family where yoga is a tradition or as a part of family. So I was growing, seeing my elders, my brothers, my father, grandfather, all doing yoga, and they were teaching in temples normally, or kind of every evening they gathered themselves in the garden in the temple, and they was kind of running a healing process. Like that time, when I was a kid, I was used to go there and see the people come to yoga practice, asanas, but same time they come with some physical issues. After practicing, they were discussing that I have this slip disc issue or something, sciatica problem and all this. So I was watching all this and growing with them. So practicing, and yes, so since that time, I'm doing yoga practice.
Right. When you say that your family is a yoga family, first of all, to give a geographical indication, your name, the second part of the name at least suggests that you are from the south, let's say. But for today world, nobody can say anything anymore.
Yes.
For example, you, me, or anyone in Germany, people might say we have an Indian name, but probably in the next generation, the kids are born here, so they are actually German, but still maybe carrying the name somewhere. So name is no indication, but still I'm just curious to know what's your geographical indication, or from the south your forefathers moved to north, or how is it? Can you give a little bit of your family tree?
My grandfather, actually, my surname Nair shows that I am from Kerala. My roots are from Kerala, but I'm very sorry about it that I can't speak Malayalam. But little bit I can speak Tamil because my grandfather, my roots are coming from Kerala, but my grandfather, they moved to Chennai, Tamil Nadu. And then when my father was growing on, he was his age, and he moved to North India, Ujjain district. So I born in North India, so I could speak good Hindi, and that's why my name is come from North India, Akash, but my son is from South India. And I'm very blessed that I grown with and learned both culture equally. So I'm like, I can speak good Hindi, but my Tamil or my Malayalam is not really good. Yes, this is how, yeah.
Right. So you come from, or let's say, a major part of your life you spent in Ujjain, as you said.
Yeah, Ujjain district, yeah. There's a small town where
yes. So of course, Ujjain is very well known in Madhya Pradesh, and we know about the Jyotirlinga. Of course, it's world famous and also very holy as well. So, so how was it? I mean, before going into it, what is your educational base, or you went to school in Chennai and there, or from that time your interest was always in this, or this was just something that you did as normally your family was doing and you are interested, and other than that, what's your educational specialization, or what is that background?
I finished my school from Madhya Pradesh only, but I was, as I said, I was practicing since I'm a kid, so I was listening, okay, my elders, they were talking about always yoga philosophical thing, which is not easy to understand as a kid, because it was something like body, atma, and all this. So I was too young to understand this. But one thing I understood was very easy for a kid, that your body, if your body is with you, you can survive. And I don't know why they were always used to say, now I'm learning in this age, slowly I'm learning this. I always when I was a kid and I was doing yoga practice with them, and one thing was very interesting, that I was more fascinated to these Babas and yogis, those who used to gather, and Ujjain has a science program, Kumbh Mela, and there's always these people was gathered. There was always this Shastrat kind of event was going on when I was a kid. So I was not very clever student. I was an average student in school, but I was very fascinated to go to rivers, or where this they were collecting bhasma for bhasma arti for Shivalingam. So they were very. I was very fascinated to go there and listen how they think, how they talk, these agoris and all this. So I learned one thing from them, which that time I didn't understand. I don't want to say that I understood, I'm still learning. They was always talking about that I'm not the body, I'm not the mind philosophy. And it made me always confused. And then slowly, I understood one thing only, that one of times my experience, somebody told me that you can't guarantee anything. Your money, your status, your education, your wife, your kid, nothing. You can't guarantee who will be with you when you take your last breath. But you guarantee your body, that your body will be with you. So
let's start slowly, because we need, it's like a medicine. You start with the first small tablet, and then you go to the higher level, or so you cannot start with 500 grams or 500 milligrams, let's say.
I'm sorry.
And, we are all here, like a little bit lame people. I would not say all others, but at least me. So you start with such a high philosophical thing, and then I'll get difficulty. So for my mind, let's go slowly.
I'm sorry. So
yeah, no, that's good. That's absolutely fine. And I also would like to, in between, welcome Suresh Keshwani ji. Thanks a lot for that, and I'm very happy that you are joining after Jayvant, series, and now you are so interested to join. I think it's really something tells us about our Wednesday Dialogue series. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Thank you for keeping me informed.
Thank you. So Akash, let's go back a bit. I mean, the thing is that, yes, yoga, mind, body, we will come back to that for sure. But the thing is that you had your school education, and as a normal student, every one of them, would like to go for, your parents might have told you, you go to that, education, this stream, and you want to get a job, and you want to go this and everything. Were you also was told to do this, and then you did not have any interest of that and everything, and or you were distracted by too many things, and at that point it's not clear for you?
I'm still confused. Yeah. Actually, my mother, father died when I was very young. I was 7 or something when I lost both of them. So only brother and sister. So yes, everybody in the family always wanted you to do well in your life and settle down. And in my generation time, was everybody wanted that go to certain field, finish your 12th class, then make your graduation, go to engineering and all this, whatever. But I was confused about all this, because I was always has a lot of question in me, and these questions pull me to jungle rather than to college or university. So that was my start of. So I choose to go to find the answers, and I still on the way.
Right.
So I finished 12th class from Madhya Pradesh, and then I was doing my graduation with commerce, and then I discontinued and I went to ashram, and then I started my journey.
Okay, I think we need to touch upon that a little bit in deep. You said you went to jungle. So what is that motivation that pulled you? Maybe there would be something first. So in everything there is a first, because something has pulled you into the jungle, that you want to go there, you want to be there, and things like that. What was that trigger? Or somebody told you, or you had some friends, both of you did that, or some companions, before you going into ashram and all. So jungle and you, how you could describe that life?
When I was in school, so like, okay, I don't want to go to these stories. Oh, I came from this family where I will struggle a lot, and we come from poor family, this and that. No, all this not. But yes, when I was watching my friends and everybody, like when I finished my 12th class, and okay, that time first I thought, okay, I will go to army, And I was preparing myself because through yoga, I was quite fit that time. So I thought, okay, I will join army and I will serve my country. But there was always in me what I want, why I'm here. Yeah. And this question everybody has and everybody looking answer. And then a time came where I feel kind of de-attached. I feel a lot of attachment and I don't wanted this. I feel why I'm too attached with a lot of things. I was too young. So there was a not profound answer. And then it was always attack me. Jungle means we have a little field and I just go there and sit and it's kind of meeting myself. So I was get used to meet myself. And when the more I'm meeting myself, I got certain answers. And then it attracts me more. Then there was always, you will find people in the jungle, those who are sitting and meditating and all this, and you learn a lot from them. So it attracts me more to this direction. And then I discontinue my studies and yeah, and I'm still searching.
Okay. So you was also, let's say, an agriculture family, right?
Yeah.
So your brothers, sisters, and if I'm right, even now they are in the business of, rice and all those things, right? They are quite in agriculture. So were you also supporting them in the fields, and you have been working in the fields, all those things, while you are also mentally, going through a process where you, as you rightly say, or you wanted to say, that you want to know yourself, who you are, and all those things. During that time, you are living also a life where you are supporting your family and doing those things?
Yes, there's always, whenever we want to do something, there's always reasons or responsibilities or issues around us. So when I was very much enjoying being in jungle, but family responsibilities and other stuff pull me back always. And then a time came where I would say not forcefully, but I would say yes, it was necessary that time. So I came into completely in family business and I helped them to export rice and everything due to certain responsibilities. And then I understood, okay, till this all duty finished, I have to do this thing. And I was helping my brothers and all this to continue the business. And certain while I quit everything and then I start continuing again yoga with.
Right. So now tell us a bit on the ashram, which you said about, you are going to jungle, you want to know yourself, and, you could meet few people. But when you took the decision, you wanted to go to the ashram, and where it was and how it was like, and can you explain a bit on that?
Yeah. Nowadays, this kind of stuff is not very much available because I'm talking about like 20, 30 years back. It was like any 4-5 yogis come to the jungle or certain area and they put their arrangement. And that time, our political arrangements or other was very easy that let them allow to go and do your shastrat or whatever. So you get chance in township that you just go a little bit into the jungle and you will meet such people. And they're living kind of ashram and they're running such satsang and all this. So I was used to go to Madhya Pradesh, different places, and then I spent more time in South India. So I've been there few places where it belongs to my own village town, where my father come from. And okay, unfortunately, these all gurus and people are no more. Some of they got samadhi, some of they just say bye to this planet. So yes, so I was spending more time in South India.
Right. So I just wanted to, why I'm asking is that because, there are people here who want to, maybe they have traveled India also, in length and breadth. So they can identify some of the places actually you are talking about in the South or so. Can you give some places you have been, or, where you have been in the South, or the other places where you, let's say, met people or the gurus who are not there, as you said, but still to give an orientation?
Yeah, this was a Trivandrum district where normally my father come from, and it was like in the township. There's a very small village, Panapakam, and then there was a kind of temple, and behind the temple there was a tiny ashram where you can learn yoga, certain kind of martial art this Kalaripayattu kind of thing, and meditation and all this. So there was people, those who are teaching this, and I was very, very interested to go there always to learn martial art and yoga and all this. Yes.
So one thing, Akash, while you are doing all these things, who was supporting you? How was it for your finances, your travel, your transport, and food and expenses? How was it all managed? Because you are not earning and you are traveling around, and so how it was like, and what was the life at that point of time?
Today, when I see my son, I'm always surprising to see him. He's a 14, and I'm looking back of my time, and I said, "Wow, we were always on survival mode. We didn't thought of what we have, what we'll have. We will just was living in the present and in the survival mode." So, for example, it's not about me only. I think a lot of Indians, according my age, who come from a normal family or lower middle class family, I think everybody has to work that time. I don't see myself, I did something special, but when I see my town and friend, everybody was working in this age. From 8, 9, we started work in the field or in the factories and all this. I know the labor, this child labor is not allowed in our country, but unfortunately, reality is something else. So we were working. I was working in a small factory where they made it, how to say this, brick to build houses. So I was used to work, not only me, the whole town boys. So we were 9, 8, 10 years boys, and we have to work to survive. So I was working, and then when I little grown, like I was about 13 or something. So my brother started a South Indian food stall, street food. So I was working there, and I can make very good dosa. So, yeah.
I know that I can vouch to any one of you. If you want to have the best dosa in Germany, I can recommend you. Please do visit Akash, or you invite him to your house.
Yeah.
Yes, Akash. The point is, before I open it for the discussion of the public, yes, there are certain things that you have said that how this was happening, and you are surviving on certain work that you do, and you manage your finances and everything. Before we come to the next part of your travel from India to abroad, and how it was and everything, where it all started, I'll just give you a small window for our audiences, which I told before. If you have any specific questions on this part, on the early life of Akash, and as he said few things now, if you are curious to ask something, or you want to relate something with something you have read, or some special anecdotes about Akash that you would like to share, which he hasn't shared or something, it is very, very welcome. So please, who would like to start with? There should be an icebreaker always. Who is going to break the ice? It's not a silence. Somebody has to raise their hand. Otherwise, I have to choose, and then you have to ask a question. That would be even difficult.
But I thought we will talk about you, not about me.
So maybe here I'm going to start. Here's Rupert speaking.
Yes, please, Mr. Rupert, go ahead.
I'm not Indian, I'm German, as my pronunciation may tell you, so I don't know.
No, doesn't see. Even in India, it's very difficult to locate in which part of India you come from. Even Indians speaking English is exactly, all 20 different states. So right. No matter, we are international here. Go ahead.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I just have to say, I know Akash now for a bit more than maybe 1.5 years, when somebody brought me to his yoga class. And I really have to tell you, he really made a difference to me. For sure, physically, but also, and I'm an engineer, right? I'm more a minded person, and I think about engineering and facts and data and whatsoever. But I really have to say that Akash made me think about some other things in life, even with the short discussions we have had, and that's really fantastic, and made a difference to me, made a difference maybe to some people, made a difference of my life, and I simply can only thank you for that one, Akash. And the other ones, I got to learn with you together.
Thank you, Rupert. That is very gracious and kind of you. I am pretty sure that these words, Akash deserves that for sure. I mean, somebody saying that they have made a change means it means a lot. I fully see the point what you make.
All
So
day.
yes, Akash, if you want to say something or respond to.
No, it's all. No, I didn't do. I always say in the class, I don't do anything. I don't know why people say this to me, but all divine. And Rupert, I'm thankful to you that you said few words for me.
Yeah.
I'm so feeling now like, I don't have words to say, but I thought we will talk about yoga, asanas, philosophy, not about me.
Nah, thank you, Yogesh, as humble as you are. So any other ones who would like to maybe ask something? Yes, Suresh sir, please.
Yeah. Hi, Akash. I'm Suresh. I'd like to know, you did mention that you wanted to join the armed forces, yeah, in India. What made you then, decide against it? Because I was in the same boat.
Okay. I still, whenever I see uniform with the stars, I always feel, oh, I wish I could have these stars and I wish join this green uniform. But well, I think my right arm has some issues, and I found out that I will be not medically fit for army. So because I was so much interested, so I was preparing myself. And when it comes to medical tests, and I found out that my right arm has a little bend due to accident. And I came to know that I will not be medically fit for army. So it was very hard to accept this, but yeah, I think everything has a plan.
That is right. The universe has a plan for everybody.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So any others who are curious and or you would like to share something on that front? Jeet, maybe you want to say something. I mean, who know Akash better than you?
Yeah, I know him very much, very well. But today I think other people wants to know about him more than me.
Yeah, but still you can maybe later. It's not something I just was asking. So maybe you can chip in later, maybe at some point of time.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Jeet. So anyone would have something? So otherwise I'll move on. So I think we will have still some time, maybe later part of it to take it up. So Akash, let's come to the next part. So you have been in India, you let's say you want to know yourself, it happened, and then you had your obligations, and then you said this is something I want to follow, and you learned, you visited gurus, you learned things, and then what happened? You learned things and you went to ashram and everything. Then what happened between that? You said, I want to go outside, I want to do something different, or what was the story about? What happened in between?
Well, a time came where I was very much struggling. I came to in this stage where I feel, am I selfish? Because my brothers are struggling to pay the duties and responsibility. We have sisters, and as most of people Indians, so we know that when we have sisters at home or daughters, it's like a big responsibility. So when mother, father was not there, but my brothers who were less educated according academic side, like they don't go to school and all these, and they were working in the field. And they're trying hard to get the arrangement for 4 sisters and everything. And I'm kind of having excuse that I'm busy finding myself. So it came, so I was confused about it. Am I selfish or I'm running from my duties or whatever? And then it was a huge struggle in me. So it bring me again to the Samaj. And yes, I saw that it's right now, it needed here. So I started working, and then I went to export-import field, and I met always wonderful people. I don't know, I think I'm blessed that I always find beautiful people around who supported me a lot. And then I moved to Singapore for a while. And then from there onwards, my journey started for export-import, and I traveled quite a lot of countries in Africa, in Asia, and I was exporting food products. With this, I paid back to whatever I could for families and society. But yes, there was always this, that this is temporary. And I was always desperately wanted to go back to my path. And I'm so happy that after certain years, I got chance.
Akash, just one moment. I think this is very important point you made. So you had a feeling, or you were disturbed by within yourself, that you somehow could not properly support your family back. Something was actually disturbing you. Though that's not something I want, but still I know it's somehow a duty, and if I don't do that, then I'm not a normal, let's say, a human being in that sense. And so, irrespective of that very, very hard decision, then you had to go into that business because you need to financially support your family. And in that case, how difficult it was for you to take that call, and philosophically looking at it and spiritually in that sense, what was it that was going through you every day?
When I was kind of living with yogis in jungle, and I was planning to travel to the more other ashrams and places like Kashi and Himalayas and all this, I was very happy and excited about it in a very small age. But these kind of messages from home that this mishappening happened or some other responsibilities came. So it was always that I should go back or not. And as I said, you always learn beautiful things if you go out in jungle. So I came to know, I'm sorry to say, guys, that here I will tell some little story. I'm actually always getting this blame that Akash, don't talk without stories. So this is related to me, how I could it helped me to take a decision that one time when I was struggling within me. So one guru said me a story about Mahabharata that why even though Bhishma and Dronacharya, all these people after died, they got naraka. And then because on right time, they was not taking a right decisions. And one guru told me the story that if the father of Pandavas, if he won't go to the jungle, he will take care of the Hastinapur, the war will not happen. It means he could be in Samaj, in Grastha Ashram, and can do a lot of duties and be a yogi. So it helped me to say, okay, let's go and do things. But it was not easy. Honestly speaking, it was not easy. When I came to the market, when I came to the business, it was totally different, and you have to be in business the way it is, the demands are. So it was really a struggle. It was not a struggle to come from jungle and join the business, but being in business and then try to follow the yogic path was difficult. Honestly, it was difficult. I had to make a lot of decisions where I don't want it. I had to do things, I had to lie, I had to do a lot of stuff what was disturbing me. And after certain age, certain time, I felt I came here to live every damn second. I didn't came here to die every day. I want to die once. And on the very peak time where the business was really going well, I said, no, it's enough. So I gave up everything, because by the time I came out with this guilt that I'm not selfish, I did it, whatever I came for family, but then I gave up everything.
Right. So I know I just wanted to, just understand how mentally, what was it going through you, during this phase? Because it's for you, it's an artificial life, because your life, you want to live something different, you want to know yourself, you want to identify yourself, you want to understand where you are leading to and everything, but then you have to do certain things, let's say, in artificial way. But anyway, that part is there. But I think in between, I just wanted to know, Deepa, you raised the hand. Would you like to ask something directly to Akash on something?
Yeah, hi.
Please.
Actually, you asked already, Bala, but the same question I wanted to ask, like when persons start their journey and they do go in yoga and any spiritual path, and they get distracted by their problem or something like that. So I know a little bit Akash, and I've heard about him that he also has faced many problems. So how he connected himself with this yoga path very easily. And now it's still like whenever I meet him or I practice with him, it is like always mesmerizing me, like how he does that. So just want to know some more energy thing which he has. So
thank you, Deepa. So basically the question is, Akash, you are doing things so lightly. So people say that, probably you are doing so lightly. So they want to know actually how you are doing it, how you are using your yoga to make sure that, you, though going through the difficulties, you again get back to that peace and everything. What is that actually?
Okay, my answer maybe sounds a little bit hard. Here I will answer Deepa, and same time I will just say what I said about this paying so-called responsibilities. So when I said that, okay, I joined the business and I paid my duties, it sounds, oh, he's a nice son or nice brother. But in reality, when I see today myself, it was full of arrogance. Who am I to help someone? Nobody. It's a totally misunderstanding. I didn't do anything. It was, everybody will survive if I won't come back. Yeah. So it was totally a misunderstanding time that, oh, I'm doing something. So now today, when you, Deepa asked me this, how easy? No. Now I'm only practicing pratyahara, and I think everybody should do this. Pratyahara means detachment. Our suffering starts with attachment. For example, my son is listening day and night this. And as I said, I'm sorry guys if somebody find my answer hard, but yeah, this is the problem with yoga. So for example, what bring me back from jungle to family and to force me to do business and do things what I don't want you to do? It was attachment. I confuse with attachment and love. Love and attachment, two different things. If I would love my people, I won't come back. I was attached with them. Attachment comes from fear. And love comes from freedom, 100%. Today, Deepa, I want to answer you that I think Yatat knows, my son name is Yatat, and he's growing with listening day and night this. That if, as I said, I'm sorry guys if somebody find my answer hard. If he died today, right now he's playing outside. If I get the news that he died, car accident happened, something happened, if he died, it will a loss that a beautiful person from my life is gone. I will send him. I will send him as same when he go to picnic trip. He will not make me sad. I'm sorry, as I said, maybe a lot of people will find this answer hard. If my wife, something happened to my wife or my son, it won't bring any big change to me. If somebody will ask me at that moment when my son is full in blood in front of me, hey Akash, how are you? I will say I'm blessed. Because I'm not attached with him. I'm trying, I'm learning, I'm practicing. I love him. I'm not attached with anyone. Right. I don't want to say that I'm not 100% attached. I'm learning. And this really helps you.
Thank you, Akash. I think, I think hopefully this is one way you are looking at it. And, as you rightly say, probably it's something that's for a normal human being, maybe some of the things are too difficult, but I think it takes its own time to look at it. So let's move forward. And then you had your, support to family and everything. Now you are in Germany, let's say, or you are in the path to Germany, or you after visiting many countries. I just wanted to know, how was that life for you in terms of yoga, philosophy and mind and everything? You visiting so many countries and seeing so many people, understanding the culture of them and being with them. What is your impression of India and Indian culture and yoga being, let's say, independent of the religious, face into it, but as an yoga as itself? How was it?
Well, when I came to abroad, first was when I was in India and when I was in my 20s, I felt that in North India, I would not say 100%, but only certain places like Varanasi, you go, Himalaya side, you go, Rishikesh, you go, there's a certain places where in North India where yoga was exist. But the rest of developing towns or cities, kind of yoga was disappearing slowly. And people, like I'm talking about my age people, if we talk about yoga or something, maybe it was a boom of, I don't have a proper word for this, that other thing was in order, so people was not very much connected. But in the same time, in my 20s, when I was traveling to abroad, I was shocked that people was, my age people was very fascinated to yoga. Some people, young people was very attracted to the asanas, to do physical practice, to learn, to build their bodies and all this. But at the same time, a group of people wanted to know the behind the, not only asanas, but the yoga, the philosophy, that who am I? And what is the truth of I'm not the body and I'm not the mind kind of thing. So it was change, but I'm very happy that in India last decades and few years that it's also coming and with a lot of boom that a lot of youngsters are practicing yoga and asanas, and it's a nice to see this. Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Akash, for that. You always have, let's say, I would not say complain, but you have always said that, other than Indians, let's say, or majority of them are non-Indians or of Indian origin in, in Germany or in places you were in the West, who came to your classes, who asked a lot of intriguing questions, and, they try to understand. Was it to do the fact that you see the life in the way, because most of them probably were not born in, Indians, I'm saying Indian origin people were not born in the West, but they came, let's say, in 20s, or when they want to study as a student or for job or whatever it is. So they, most of the time, let's say in their face, they grew up in India, and with that, culture in mind, the way, irrespective of where they grew, what religion they followed. So what was it about for you when you look at they were not coming for yoga, mean that they already know yoga, or they thought that yoga is not something for them? And the people from those who are from the West, from Germany or others, they thought yoga is something that, fascinating for them, or they looked at it as more as fitness. They started coming for fitness, but then later they realized it's not only just about the body. How do you want to look at it?
Okay, let's talk. I teach yoga in many different countries, but let's talk about Germany. 8 years back when I started yoga here, so my experience was first yoga only for women, for Western people at that time. I'm not for all the men, but majority of men thought, because my class only few women was coming, no men. And then slowly it started that I started getting male students due to their physical issues. Doctors sent them to do yoga because of slip disc or sciatic issue or some other shoulder pain or something. So this is how they started yoga. But then they realized that, okay, this is not only after a few classes when they feel healed, and they become addicted to yoga. And this is how a lot of people came. But when it comes to and some of people, they just take as a sports, which is good. Do asanas in which way you want, as a sports or as you feel good after this, whatever, but at least they were doing. But when I see our people, so everybody, my people, but I just say Indian origin. So there's two reasons, Bala. One, like in India, we have our lifestyle, our quality of life is different than Western country, because everybody, if I'm talking about the normal class family people, we have to work. Everybody has to work. And our life is very manual there. So people are doing, they don't have time, they have to work, and they don't have time for sports or yoga. And this is kind of mindset. But the same people, the kids from these families, when they come here as a student, and after studies, they got a job and they settle down here. But the mindset is this, that work, money, status, everything has a priority, but but health is always last priority. I'm sorry to say this is kind of fact. And when I realized after a few years that why no Indians coming, then I start talking, and I found out when I was talking to people, I was motivating them. So it was a bit difficult to bring them to yoga mat. And during that time, I met you, and then you supported me with Indian Association, and then we started Indian class. But yes, the point is our people that we put always health at last. This is fact. Health is always last, other thing is first. So there's a reason.
But Akash, let's be very realistic. Is it not very natural for anybody to look at their security of their family and look at their future and then see what their children have to do and what they are thinking and everything? Sometimes it's not that you leave it everything and say that things will happen on its own, and yoga for body and mind and all those things. Doesn't it look like very convincing, isn't it?
Bala, this is, if you go in deep, really, you will find a lot of fear in it. Somehow we're trying our best to be perfect, and we want our kids to be perfect. But why don't we try to be peaceful? I'm actually, everybody knows that I don't know any technical issue. If something happened now, Zoom meeting, I will say, okay, I don't know how to reconnect. I have to call my wife or my kid. I'm a jungle person, and I have no problem to accept this, that I didn't learn these technical things. And because I'm not a perfect, I really, honestly, I don't want to be perfect. And I don't want my kid even to be perfect. I want him to be peaceful. I want him to be joyful. I want him to be a peaceful, joyful waiter than to a stressful engineer. So I don't want to say that, no, we have to just let it live like this and let that thing happen. No, I'm just trying to say that why we cannot learn this to be joyful and peaceful.
Akash, let's put this way. Why it is important to learn yoga, and can you say that now the Western world, let me put it, have learned the importance of yoga and its full essence of yoga? I'm using the words very carefully because the whole point is yoga is not about just few hands up and down or few shoulders left and right. Yeah, that you agree upon. But still, I am not convinced that the whole philosophy of yoga, which is for body, mind, and soul and thinking and further beyond, has reached to everyone or reached to the major way, because still I feel it's used as fitness and exercises and further on. How is this going to change? Is it anything being done on that front?
See, as I said, people first come, if I talk about the Western people, so they really come for yoga, two reasons. One is medical reasons, and one is hobby. People like to do this stretching and funny asanas to learn. They're very dedicated. But every asana, let's don't talk about philosophy or something. If you see the cat, if you see the dog or any animal, first thing he stretch in the morning. You see, and that's why in yoga, a lot of asanas name has an animal name. So right now, everybody who's sitting here, you're just sitting on the chair or sofa or your bench. If you just put your arm and just stretch a little bit, after that you feel relaxed. In Hindi we say badan torna, or just like this stretch. After that, why you feel kind of relaxation for a second? Just because your blood flow, blood circulation went to a certain tempo, which produced kind of energy. This tiredness is go away. So when you're practicing yoga 1 hour or 90 minutes or 2 hours, you're stretching your whole body. Yeah. And during this time, your blood circulation come to a very standard level, which makes you energetic. I share a small example, Bala. When people are coming to class, I see some people coming with dancing face, joyful. Yeah. And sometimes people are coming very down. And it's enough to see their face, the body language, they have a big issue, maybe at work, at family relation, financial, whatever. And the same person one day before when she or he come to yoga was a different, today is so different. Even she's or he is not able to say proper hello. Anyhow, forcefully come to yoga mat. And what happened after 90-minute yoga or 2 hours yoga? After 2 hours yoga, either this person has tears or so smiling and everything changed. What happened in these 2 hours? In 2 hours, we didn't talk about your problem. We didn't talk about anything else. Your problem is still, if it's problem at home with relationship, is still there. Is it financial problem is still there. But what happened in these 2 hours? What happened is that you bring your hormones, your chemical, your blood circulation in a ideal zone, which produce beautiful energy in you. You feel energetic. Problem is there, but you got enough excessive strength to deal with it. So this problem looks small. Yeah. So this is the one answer I would say. The other one, like you said, that why it is so. People started like this, as I said, and then they become addicted. So for me, I'm performing asanas. Yeah. And everybody, it sounds now a little bit crazy that everybody, no matter what country, what nation, what religion, actually everybody do meditation. Everybody do yoga. I'm not talking about asana. Asana is exercises. Yeah. A lot of people maybe not do, but meditation and yoga, everybody do. Very short answer. Out of 24 hours, I'm sure everybody meet their self. Yeah. And they said, I should not react like this. I reacted such way. When you're meeting yourself, this is meditation. This is yoga. And everybody does this. Everybody do this.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, Akash. I think Jeet has raised the hand. Jeet, please go ahead.
Actually, the question which I want to ask, he already answered that. I just want to know what is yoga, exactly what is yoga and how it is different from doing asanas. Is asana is the only yoga, or yoga has many other things also to do?
Thank you, Jeet. Akash, please.
Actually, I see it's a big tree, very big tree. And yoga is a very big tree. And asana is a very tiny leaf. So most of time, it's like a tool. We say in yogic philosophy, we say that asanas like tools. If you start doing asanas, it will help to fix this machine. So when you do asanas, you slowly learn yoga. Yeah. And if you're only performing asanas, it's not mean that you're doing yoga. Yoga, everybody do normally, but consciously and unconsciously. So when you practice asanas, slowly, you will come to this path where you can do yoga consciously. As I said, every creature on this planet, I'm saying every human being, whoever, which country, which religion, doesn't matter, everybody do yoga and meditation unconsciously. But if we do this thing consciously, then yes, it's yoga and meditation.
Thank you, Akash. One thing I'm curious to ask is, there are many people, as you rightly said, who are not persons of Indian origin coming. But what is the perception of them about, let's say, yoga and India? Let's say, have they motivated to go to India after they came to your class, let's say? Are you speaking about, India and your life during your time in the yoga, so that they are, fascinated to see this continent, subcontinent, and they want to know, let's say, where is Himalayas, or where is this, sea coast, or, these people, where the culture and all those things. How is it about all those things? Are they intriguingly asking you questions, motivating and being that?
Many students, after they come in contact with me, they've been to India to do their own experiences. And I'm always telling to just think out of the box. So I always motivate them. So they learn whatever they don't learn from me. I just share what I learned from my gurus. I don't consider myself yoga teacher. I just consider myself as a student. I'm learning with them, and we are sharing. Whatever I learn, I share. But a lot of students, after knowing a little bit more yoga, so they decided to go India. Many people went to Himalayas or Himalaya trip, and many people went to certain ashrams in South India and North India. I have many students from Western countries, those who visited. And after COVID, even though I had one upon a time, this COVID came, that I want to take a group of people to India to just give them this experience. That was a plan, but unfortunately COVID came and some certain plans changed. And there was a plan too that I wanted to brought some yogis to Germany to do some yoga festival and Shastra program with German and English language translation, but everything was didn't work because of COVID.
Thank you, Akash. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, so let's take a short break before we continue with Akash in terms of what's his future plans and a little bit more into the International Yoga Day and what's his plans are and what has been and all those things. So I give the floor to you all. Maybe some of the things you would like to ask him or you would like to say about maybe your personal feeling or let's say personal result of doing yoga, or maybe that's also something you can say, okay, I'm been in 1 year now in the course or 2 years, these and these changes happened to me, or I went to India and all those things. That will be also something very happy to know from you. So yeah, questions, remarks, and what you want. Yeah, Rohit on the call. Rohit, please.
Hi everyone. Can you hear me well?
Yeah.
Sorry, I am outside, but I wanted to say something. So this was on behalf of my wife who couldn't join us today. So I would like to add that Akash didn't just inspire the Germans, but also Indians. So my wife, she, because of the inspiration we got from Akash, she went to South India. She went to ashram, did some yoga certifications, learned more about yoga and philosophy. So yeah, I just wanted to thank Akash that yeah, you have inspired us, not just me, and I'm sure many other people. And yeah, we are very lucky to have you in our life. And yeah, definitely I'm inviting you to our home for dosa.
Great. So thanks a lot, Rohit, for that. Yeah, Bamuk, please.
Namaste, everyone. Namaste, Akash ji. Your journey to yoga is really very much inspiring, and it's really a very unique path. And I would like to share my experience. So I'm 26 years old, and 2 years before I did my yoga teacher training course in Mysuru under guidance of Dr. Yogacharya P.N. Ganesh Kumar. And I came here to Germany to pursue my master's degree. And so yoga actually helped me. So I found a yoga studio, which was very near to my college. And I approached them and I asked them, so I come from India and I have done my yoga teacher training, so I would like to teach here. And they trusted, because you come from India and you're talking about yoga, and they trusted me and they gave me an opportunity. So apart from my studies, so evening I was teaching yoga, which was as a part-time job. And it was a really very good experience for me. And also I got a very good friend circle. Before that, my life was like just a robot, just going to college, coming back, and I didn't know what to do. But practicing yoga and making new friends in Germany and teaching yoga, especially in German language, was really very much challenging. So yes, and actually I would like to ask you, I would like to intense my asana practice. So right now I'm more into, even though I did my yoga teacher training, like I can do few asanas like Surya Namaskar and basic asanas. But I would like to perform more balancing asanas, like Bakasana. So, but the thing is, I'm not able to proceed further. So could you please guide me? How can I go on further with this asana practice?
Yes, definitely. First of all, thank you, Prem, right? You're Prem.
Yes.
Yeah. Prem, you're talking about arm balance exercises, arm balance asanas. Yeah. So yes, you need to build a strength in the arm, and same time, see, if you want to, like these intense asanas is always technique and little strength. That should be balanced. Yeah. If you want to perform bakasanas forcefully, that I have to hold bakasanas with strength, it will hurt you. You might lose balance and you can fall on your head. So technique is there. I just give, okay, on Zoom now I can't tell you I can't perform, but I'll just give you a small tip. You try today. You see, you have to think when animal climb on the tree or the wall, they use this. They don't climb like this. They use this. Yeah. So when you're holding your hands and your knees on your elbows, you look your fingers. Shift your body weight front. Slowly, slowly, your fingers will turn like this. It means your pressure is coming to a balance. And the moment your fingers coming like this, like an animal climbing, that's the point where you should lift your legs. It's maybe you can have my number and I will send you videos. I'm doing free. Okay, now you as teachers, I tell you something that now my wife is here, and after COVID, it was a plan that I and my wife know very little, but whatever we know, we had already teacher free workshops, whatever asanas we know. And if some teachers want to learn, so the teacher can spread more, it's always free workshops, and you are most welcome in Hanover in weekends. I'm going to soon start a free workshop for teachers. Yeah, you come, but you can contact me. I will send you video. You just need to focus your fingertip. If you finger coming to this level, it means you are body weight shifted 50-50. That's the point where you should lift your legs, and you will find very fast balance. Okay. And strength you have, I'm sure, if you're teaching yoga. So, but rest, technical thing, contact me. I will send you videos, and you're most welcome in Hanover. Sunday, I'm going to start free workshop for teachers. Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Prem.
Thank you.
And Akash and Piyush is on the call. Piyush, please.
Hello, everyone. Greetings. My name is Piyush, and I'm from India. So I got this amazing session got knowledge about this amazing session here because of my uncle who is in Germany currently, and he told me about this. And
Piyush, may I ask you directly? I wanted to ask you, but I was curious. Is it Victor? Is your uncle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
Very good. So, of course, Legend Victor was our Wednesday Dialogue Series Personality of the Month as well. So, please go ahead.
Okay, that was amazing. So I would like to say that my background in yoga is I am currently doing a Bachelor's of Science in Yoga from Sri Sri University, and I am also 1 year into this, and we learn about different theoretical and practical aspects of yoga. So this is my experience in yoga, that if you like, there's one a single line, if I say in yoga, what I feel while myself I'm doing it, and when I teach others also, is that pressure is all right, but pain is not. So we confuse pressure and pain. That's what I feel like is my whole gist of the yoga thing, that pressure is all right, but pain is not okay. So that is what I would like to say. And thank you all for listening. And please, yes, also I forgot to mention that I'm also currently doing yoga. So I would really think that it would be a blessing if I got to know more knowledge, can like connect to more people like you who are already like into yoga and really professional in it. So thank you. That's all.
Hi, Piyush, namaste. Piyush, you said pressure is okay, pain is, you are confused about pressure and pain, yeah? How you will differentiate what you're defining as a pain? Maybe it's not pain, maybe it's uncomfortableness. You have to be conscious enough while you're teaching or when you're performing, not only yoga, but in life too. What sometimes look like pain, it's not a pain, it's just confusion. It's just a little tiny uncomfortableness. Yeah. So if you understand this, is it pain or it is uncomfortableness? If you confuse with this, you will never be able to reach to the asana. See, being in asana is one thing. Performing asana is one thing. When you reach to one asana, you will have some uncomfortableness. But how long you can negotiate this? Suppose I'm doing one asana and I feel strain or kind of stretch or pressure in my particular part. Being in this pressure, am I able to negotiate if I'm performing myself alone? I'm holding this, or if I'm doing with somebody, yeah, I'm in a talking term. It means I'm in negotiable stage. I can negotiate this. In that point, you are not in pain. You are just a little uncomfortable. And the same thing will happen in life too. I don't want to go to philosophical side, but most of time we got confused. Little uncomfortableness make us confused with pain, and we make things wrong way. Yeah. So just whenever you learn, whenever you practice or you're teaching somebody, you have to understand pain and uncomfortableness. Yeah.
Thank you, Piyush. Thank you, Akash.
Thank you very much. That was amazing.
If you wish to share, Akash, you can share your email or number in the chat. So
Yeah.
for others, they would like to follow, or maybe you or Jeet can write, obviously. So Akash, now let's look at it. So what are the plans? I know that every year you are also associating yourself with the International Day of Yoga.
Yeah.
And in various ways, you have been in Hamburg, the consulate has invited you, or you have been in India, in Hanover every year, you have been, doing in Sports Center. And so this year also something is being planned in Hanover, and what is it going on?
This year, we, according to COVID restrictions, we are associated with the Hanover government, and we are doing these sports outside. And as every year we had a free choices, we can do as much as people we want. But this time we got a restriction with 30 people, and we decided to do it outside. And not only we are doing yoga 21st, but regular 3 Sunday more, we are doing different kind of exercise with yoga. And yeah, this year we have this plan, and I'm at least happy that, okay, it's this, like last year it was completely online. So this year at least we can do outside and personally. Yeah.
That's good. So it's basically a special program supported by City of Hanover, like summer and sports, and it'll be more sessions, just not one session.
Yeah. We are doing on 21st yoga for everyone. Then coming Sunday, we are doing cardio exercise with yoga, cardio and endurance exercises with yoga. Then after that, we are doing Ashtanga yoga practice only. And then last Sunday, we'll do the core muscles workout with lower body, because a lot of people after 30s in my class, they're saying, Akash, I can ride 20 kilometers bicycle, I can run 10 kilometers. I have no issues in my knees. But why this? When I sometimes sit on the sofa, there's a certain noises are coming in my knee. Or when I go stare up and down, then I have some issues in my knee. Then I said, always you're talking to a lot of people. And since this social media and electronic media came, and since people has a smartphone, we are more busy to outward world to talking, but you're not listening what your body talking to you. Your body always communicating with you. Your body always sending you signal. Very simple. When your knee is making noises, it shows that your inner thighs muscle are weak, and this pressure going to the knee. So that I got last days a lot of time this complaint. So I decided this time to teach people how in the body. So do muscle work, and joint will do joint work. So this all was in my mind. So I planned this time that core workout or lower body workout with yoga.
Right. Thank you very much, Akash. We are also nearing to the end of the session, but I would like to first, before ask you, can you shortly summarize, if you want to motivate someone, if you want to encourage someone to take up yoga, and as you yourself is convinced about a lot of things about yoga, what you would like to say to those who are not yet into it or who are just thinking about it?
See, I just want to say, whenever we find excuse, or I would say whoever listening me right now, please talk to your family, friends, whoever be your beloved. I'm not saying that just go and do yoga. I'm just saying that it's injustice if you don't give time to yourself. It's just injustice to your existence. Please, out of 24 hours, give 4 minutes, at least 4 minutes to meet yourself. That much we can do. I think no one busy that much. Out of 24 hours, I'm asking 4 minutes. Just close your eyes and meet yourself. That's all. You don't need to go a temple or mosque or certain places. Wherever you are, you're taking shower, meet yourself. You're just driving, meet yourself. And I would just say one small thing that, please, if you don't give enough time to your body will ask you at last. I want to say one thing. If you really love people around you, how it feels, like I give you my example. When I will be very old, I don't want my son to excuse one single meeting because of me or my health. If I really love him, I don't want him to excuse one single meeting. It's professional meeting, personal meeting, family meeting, whatever. I don't want him to excuse anything for me. If he has to excuse for my health, it is something very big crime, I feel, because if I really love him, love is giving. I want to give him, and go away. I don't want him to take care of me. I don't want anyone to take care of me. I have to take care of this. And if I'm focused enough for today, then you don't need anyone. I'm just trying to say, please give some time. Your body will be stay with you till end. No one else. So if you give enough time, please take time. And we can't excuse that we don't have time. Vivekananda said that जो बोलता है कि मैं व्यस्त हूँ, वो असल में अस्त व्यस्त है. We have time. Only we need to organize.
Wonderful. I think that brings curtain to this show, and it's very well said, very wisely said. And I think we had a session today. It's I would say from all the sessions, it was completely different. A session which went too much into the body and mind and more into the philosophical part and touching upon. I think that was also the idea behind, to understand from your perspective, Akash, what about yoga and mind, and also let's say an advertisement also for the International Yoga Day, or the promotional event for the International Yoga Day, which the Consulate General of India is grandly doing every year from its inception, with participation from different diaspora organizations, student association from all over, North Germany, and big thanks for that as well to them, and to you as well, especially in Hanover, continuously supporting that through with our Indian Association Hanover and with the city of Hanover. Thank you. Thanks a lot for that. And yeah, thank you very much to every one of you for your patient, listening, and also very intriguing questions, and become loyal Wednesday Dialogue Series viewers. So we are very, very happy that, that's going up well. Let me, as always, the final word is from the boss. So, Honorable Consul General, sir, so please do give your final closing words. And so with that, we will, bring curtains down for this evening of the month. Sir, please.
Yeah. Thank you again, Bala, for moderating this very capably again. And thank you very much, Akash, for explaining aspects of yoga to us. I think I came away from this with some additional knowledge of what yoga is about. And I think, like you said, it's very important to listen to your body. Like you say, we are all busy people. I mean, if you don't give time to your body, I mean, to exercise and take care of your own self, who is there? Well, we are responsible, for our own body. So that is a good takeaway. So, and I mean, today has been for me a learning experience, as I said. And there were many questions, some questions which I wanted to ask, but you have explained them yourself. So thank you very much for that. And thank you again to all the participants today. And one last thing I just forgot to add when I initially spoke. we have a quiz which we have just put up on our social media, 50 questions on yoga. And I would ask all the participants here to go to our Facebook, our social media pages, and attempt to answer those questions. It would give you additional knowledge on yoga. And we will announce the first, second, and third, winners, you can say, or the person who have responded with that first on Friday, on the 18th. So with those words from my side, thank you again. Thank you very much, everybody, for participating in this program.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Keshwani, sir, you wanted to say something because
Yes,
I know you
I
raised the
wanted to
question I
ask-
just had. Please go ahead.
I wanted to ask Akash, how do we connect with you? You see, we are not in Hanover. We are, I'm presently in Hamburg. How do we connect with you?
Sir, after COVID, I'm trying to, actually before COVID, I was traveling to different cities and I was informing my students there, those who know me through any connection, and I was traveling to different cities and giving free workshops. And so I would be very happy if you can organize one workshop in Hamburg, and and I will come there and I will share whatever little tiny bit knowledge I learned from my gurus. I would love to share with you all. And when I do these workshops, I'm trying to bring especially handicapped people, pregnant women, those who have issue with the babies, that baby is not in right position and all this. And I'm trying, whoever organized that, please invite these people also, especially, and people, those who have serious medical issues. So I don't want to say that I know yoga can heal everything, but most of things can be healed or at least bring to a certain level in a healing process. So I would be very happy to visit Hamburg. And
Akash, can I
please.
give your number in the chat if you don't
Yes,
mind?
yes, please. Thank God now restrictions is a little bit soft according COVID. So I will start again this. And one more thing I want to say, whoever now, the last thing, that please call India and your family, friends, relatives, whoever. We have very wrong concept. I'm sorry to say, in my family, I have 4 sisters, 4 bhabis, and my sister-in-laws. During pregnancy, we have very wrong concept that, oh, we don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. No, we have to do. In old time, because I was surprised when I seen my sisters and my bhabis too, how they were dealing with the pregnancy. And some people, I just want to, guys, go and see my website, because I'm doing with 9-month pregnant ladies handstand, Shirshasana, Vrashchikasana. It's not danger, it's helpful. When baby is not right position, even baby can come with the right positions. Yeah, I just want to say, motivate pregnant ladies. Why I'm saying especially pregnant ladies? Because pregnancy is not the period where you have to be soft or you become weak. It's the time where women, the Shakti, become more powerful, because you women helping cosmos to bring one life to this planet. Don't underestimate your power that time, please. So ask every pregnant lady at home, do yoga.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway, people are doing, I'm forcing them. I'm going to pregnant house and bringing them to bed, but I can't go India for this. So please do this. Ask them to do yoga.
Thank you, Akash. And I have shared your number. So I'm sure who would like to, go ahead, you would like to. Urmi, you wanted to ask something, or did you raise your hand or something?
Hello, no, not actually. Just wanted to thank Akash ji for this inspiring session. As a person, I have not been practicing yoga, but then although I come from a family where it has been practiced regularly, and also to an extent of this philosophical side of it, I just wanted to ask you one question, sir. Is that how, as a person who do not practice it regularly, how can I practice mindfulness, like after a very busy day when I come home? Could there be a way of quick mindfulness practice that could be associated with yoga, in that line, if you could probably?
Yes, I would say there's a major 4 things you have to understand. Like a house is the fundamental. Now, the fundamental of the house should be very strong. So in our daily life, busy life, you're going office, you're student, you're sitting on the chair. 3 things you have to understand. 1 is your spine. Yeah, your spine should be erect and strong. So for this, because when you're sitting and working, your QL muscle got pressure. When you're standing and working, your QL muscle is getting pressure. QL muscle means just right behind your, above your hip, and where you press your hand behind, this is the QL muscle, right? So you do one thing after work or before work or out of 24 hours, just, and one thing, anytime you can do yoga, anytime. Just do some Bhujanga asanas, and after this, only you have to think, I have three major parts: your lower back, your thighs, your hips, and your shoulders. You just make, okay, these four major parts I have to think. Four major parts means 4 asanas. 4 asanas means every asana need 1 minute, so 4 minutes. And I'm sure only you can find 4 minutes. Only 4 minutes I'm asking. If you can perform 4 minutes, only 4 minutes start. It will reach you automatically 40 minutes. But start with 4 minutes. Okay, I will find these 4 major joint asanas and I will perform them. Believe me, it will take 4 minutes. And after 4 minutes, you will see the change. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Akash.
That you have to do.
Thank you. I am just looking at the time. So Piyush, make it very short. Please go ahead.
Sir, as I had a question that as I'm in India, so how will I be able to contact you via this international number? Can I?
You can call me up on WhatsApp, and you can always send me your videos, and I will always make videos and send you videos. Whatever your questions are, I will make a video and I will send you. And sometimes we can also talk on phone and something. Yeah. I'm the most free guy. I don't have. I'm not a busy person. I'm just a free person. So I will try my best to talk to you. Whatever your question, I will make a video and send you.
Thank you very much. That's really helpful for me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful. As always, we are on time. And so wish you a very, very good evening. Enjoy the rest of the sun. And next day is going to be very hot. And be careful. And yeah, take care. COVID is not over. Still quite at large. So don't be very complacent. And even though if you have been vaccinated or not, please maintain social distancing. Have your mask till the pandemic is over at some point of time. That's good for us and also good for others. With these words, wish you all well. Nice evening. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Namaste. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Thank you.